I'm Marina Anagnostou.
Hello everybody, my name's Phil, and we're going to start with a short film. The people up there are okay with that.
Surviving a childhood brain tumour is often just the very first step on a long road to recovery. Most survivors will experience some long-term effects which impact them and their families. While extensive clinical and medical resources are available for the curing of childhood brain tumours, the post-cure support and care is extremely limited. And that's where Success Charity comes in. Success are the only UK charity to focus on recovery beyond cure for young brain tumour survivors. We work to provide support, care and encouragement to survivors and their families once medical involvement is over. Our vision is to enable brighter futures for childhood brain tumour survivors, supporting and equipping them to make their own journey to recovery. One of the most powerful tools in helping a child's recovery is peer support. We provide trained success mentors, young people who have lived through the same experience, to give emotional and social support to young survivors. Our success mentors accompany your child on their journey to recovery, walking alongside them each step of the way. Because they've lived through the same challenges, they can share their lived experience, their coping techniques and strategies, and help your child to connect with their own inner strength. Our success mentors help your child to understand and navigate their own feelings and worries, as well as the complex maze of treatments and assistance that follow the initial cure. Our mentors help your child to look forward, engendering hope and empowerment, shifting the focus from illness and disability onto recovery and the future. Support from a peer who has lived with similar problems, and may still be doing so, is a powerful enabler and a vital link for someone struggling with their own situation. While Success offers a wide range of support for all ages, our peer-to-peer mentoring is targeted at mid to late teens. Survivors can become peers at around 14 years old, while mentors will typically be between 18 and 25 years old. Sessions with a success mentor will take place every 1 or 2 weeks for an initial period of 3 months. During these sessions, success mentors will offer 4 types of support. Emotional, offering empathy and camaraderie, helping your child to feel heard and understood at what can be a frightening and confusing time in their life. Informational, linking up with information and referrals to community resources to support health and wellness. Instrumental, offering coping strategies, support with education and other concrete resources such as housing or employment. And affiliational, providing connections to community-based support, activities and events, granting a much-needed social lifeline, stopping your child from feeling isolated and alone. Your child may need only one or a combination of these types of support. Caring for a child who has recovered from a brain tumour is challenging enough. We want to ensure that our peer mentoring service doesn't give you any cause for additional concern. As such, all our mentors are carefully selected and matched to your child's individual needs. All our mentors are qualified in peer mentoring, and our team ensure that the service is delivered in line with our carefully designed process guidelines. And the success mentor isn't left to their own devices. We continuously monitor the peer-to-peer relationship to ensure that your child is getting the very best out of it. We check in with our mentors monthly to ensure that they have the support, guidance and help that they need to continue supporting your child to the best of their abilities. And it's not just the tumour survivors that benefit from this process. Becoming a mentor brings its own set of benefits, from boosting confidence to gaining valuable qualifications and, most importantly, granting a real sense of being involved in something truly important. Success mentors provide a helping hand and shine a light forward as your young survivor takes their first post-cure steps. Mentoring creates a positive and reinforcing set of behaviours, a virtuous circle, which will endure long after the mentor relationship comes to an end. Children who engage in our peer-to-peer mentoring service will derive an improved sense of well-being and a reduced sense of loneliness. They will learn new coping strategies and feel more inclined and better able to self-direct their own recovery process. Recovery can feel like a lonely journey, but with a success mentor at their side, they are never alone.
Thank you. Well, Marina has been a mentor and is also helping me in a wider sense to launch this new program, this new service. In fact, Callum has been a mentee or a peer, correct, Callum? So if you want to ask Callum about his experience of being a mentee or a peer, please do. He said you can approach him and he'll be happy to talk to you. So what is peer support? And I'm going to make this rather quick because we're running a little bit behind schedule. The important thing is it's a relationship between two young people who have a lived experience in common. In our case, it's having survived a childhood brain tumour. Why is peer support important? Well, because if you're talking to somebody who's lived through what you've lived through, similar challenges, might still be experiencing some of those challenges, it can be a vital link for you if you're struggling with your situation. And it can help, and research indicates it can help, in moderating the effects of these life-challenging events. Now, the value of peer support in a nutshell is you're talking to people who have been in your shoes. They've been where you are today. They may be 4 or 5 or 6 years older than you, or even older, but they can talk to you with experience, and they can show you that recovery, a good recovery, is possible. Now, effective peer-to-peer support doesn't mean one size fits all. It's very important that the mentor talks to the mentee and gives them individualized support because everybody's different. We've seen that everybody is different by listening to some of our survivors this morning. They may have an interest in art or metal. I've got a new understanding of metal now. Thank you for that. And the same thing applies when you're in a relationship with your mentor. In a nutshell, research indicates that peer support is a critical enabler for successful recovery. It makes a big difference, and success is in the recovery business. That's where we become active. I'm going to ask Marina just to give a word on the first part of any relationship, any mentor-to-peer relationship.
Empathy is key. As a first step, looking back at the challenges the peer has faced is important. Empathy is paramount. The success mentor will gently start to refocus discussions on the road ahead and talk about health and recovery rather than illness and disability. There is no suggestion that every current challenge will disappear today or tomorrow, but positive sharing of real progress will illustrate to the young peer that progress is possible. Peer support is rooted in the knowledge and hope. It is the starting point for which the journey of recovery must begin. Our trained success mentors can inspire hope and demonstrate the possibility of recovery. The types of support provided. Mentors offer 4 types of support depending on the peer's stated needs. Emotional, empathy and camaraderie, information, connections to information, and referrals to community resources that support health and wellness. Instrumental, coping strategies and concrete support relating to exams. I'm an exam invigilator, if anybody wants to know. Employment, and I absolutely love that role. Affiliation, connections to community supports, activities and events. Oops.
So a quick word about value. It's very important to us that we see how effective our service is going to be. It's a new service, and we're going to be using the Short Warwick Edinburgh Mental Wellbeing Scale to assess well-being, which is a bit of a mouthful. But what it basically means, it's a recognised way of measuring the effect on well-being of a particular service, and I wanted to make it clear today that measuring is going to be very important to us so we can refine our service to get better results. We also want to assure our service because it's very important. We must make sure that we have peer mentors who are trained and we're going to ensure that we conduct our service in line with very clear process guidelines. We do recommend and look for children of 14 years of age before they take part, because that's when they're going to get most from it. Now, I'd just like to ask you, Marina, to talk about how mentors will benefit.
Well, to begin with, as a mentor, I think I've benefited massively. Boosts interpersonal skills, establishes leadership skills, adds to qualifications, can build confidence, provide a sense of fulfillment. I just want to read this caption, and I think it's massive. As we work to create light for others, we naturally light our own way. Back to Phil.
Thank you very much, Marina. Nearly finished, because I'm sure you want to go on to the next section. Our vision for, I'm having a bit of trouble here. Our vision for peer support is, I'll put that there, I don't need that. We expect a peer to derive an improved sense of well-being from engaging in this service. We also expect the peer will learn new coping strategies and feel more inclined and better equipped to self-direct their own recovery program. Now, putting that into a graphic, what we're trying to do is change the way people think about themselves and their future. And also, so the first thing, as Marina said, is we work on empathy. We work on encouraging and building hope. If we do that, then the young peers will be more open to ideas. They'll get those ideas from the mentor who's been there before and has learnt what you can do to make things easier. Then they take those ideas and they put them into practice, and guess what? They feel more in control of their own recovery, and that feeds back again into them feeling better about themselves. So that way of changing thinking and behaviours sustains and endures after the relationship finishes, because that's what we want to do. We want to show through real experience of what can be achieved, recognising that everybody's different and the implications of surgery and the implications of treatment are different for every person. But what isn't different is that we at Success want to improve that person's future and create a better future. So come and see me and some of the mentors on the peer service, peer support stall after lunch or during lunch, or you can go along and take a look at our website, and from our website you can actually fill out a form to request to apply to be a mentor or a mentee or a peer. You can apply directly from the website, or you can drop an email to info@successcharity.org.uk with any questions you've got. But we're here today to answer any questions you have. Thank you very much.